Hi, it's Marina, the Soul Alchemist, and I have another beautiful lady from the Akashic Business Activator Program who is here to share her story on how she found the program, what results she's seen since finishing the program, and kind of anything else that she wishes to share. So we've got the lovely Joanne Ashurst. So Joanne, I'll pass it over to you. Can you please introduce yourself and your business, please?
I will, thank you for having me. Right, I'm an elemental realm reader and healer, which means I connect people to the magic of the spiritual realms, like the unicorns, the dragons, the fairies, and the angels, and also to the magic of themselves and the magic of their business. So that's what I do. I read, I heal, and create goddess courses and fairy courses, and have an academy membership that's called the Fairy and Angel Academy.
Fabulous.
So that's me in a nutshell.
Excellent.
I always feel when I talk about things like that you just go bloom. This is it.
I know, it's just like trying to get it all in.
And it's a lot for everybody to take in. Yeah.
It's like you've definitely practiced your 60-second elevator pitch.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. No, but that's good because people get a real insight in terms of what you do, which is, you know, it's specialized and it's unique. So it's fabulous that you've kind of encompassed that in such a succinct way. It does cover a lot though. And you've done a lot, and you do have a lot of different things that you can offer to support people, which is amazing. So where were you before you joined the program? Where were you in terms of your business, and kind of what were you up to?
So before I joined the Akashic Business Activator, I think I need to go back to what happened before I joined your course, because I did a meditation with you on a spiritual event, and then within that meditation, within the Akashic Records, a course was downloaded to me. Mm-hmm. So before I came on this course, I took that idea from the Akashic Business Records and went off and ran with it, and had a first brilliant launch with my goddess course, which connects you to goddesses. And so I knew when the program came up, I had to do it. But before that, I had my Fairy and Angel Academy. I was doing readings, I was doing healings, but everything was I was in a bit of a comfort rut when I look back. The business was going well, but I think I was in a bit of a comfort rut. And then I got that download, went with the download and the advice. And I knew then when you launched this course, I knew I had to come on it. It was very clear to me, because if I could just go into the records and have something like that, well, what was I going to find on the course? So yeah, for me, and I've not invested in a while, and I think I do invest regularly in myself, and I think that's really important as a spiritual entrepreneur, or any entrepreneur, to invest in your knowledge and in your learning. But I've not invested in something for a while that was like this in relation to my business, so I felt it was really time to do it. So yeah, does that answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely. No, totally. And so obviously it's quite a lengthy journey. It's like it was a little bit over 16 weeks, because we put integration weeks in there, which you definitely need. So what have you kind of, what was your thoughts on your own journey going through the different modules, and what kind of tangible results have you seen, since going through that program?
I think what it got me to think about my business in a certain structured way. So I think most of us as entrepreneurs, a lot of us just tend to be sort of winging it, or getting distracted by shiny objects, or, just doing what we need to do and just sort of doing it a bit haphazard. And a lot of that works, particularly, I think if we're intuitive, a lot of that works. But this was a real mix of that. So going through it brought a lot of structure for me to think about where I wanted to take my business and what I wanted to do. And the big ahas for me was, I'm used to connecting with my guides. I'm used to getting a guidance. But when I went into the Akashic Records, and the fact I could put anchors in there. So, you have this magical way where you can go in and say, right, I've got an idea in my business. I want to anchor that in my Akashic Records. That was like really magical for me, because it really like cemented that goal. I could also see when I was neglecting it. It shows you when it's neglecting it and you're not looking after your business properly. So as well as like structure and vision and, how I've done a lot of work on myself over the years, a lot. And even like, you know, how, whether I'm looking at my own self-care, whether I'm looking at my what my values are, you know, whether I'm hiding. I learned that I was still not being visible, you know, those sorts of things. And you think, actually, I'm visible. I'm on Facebook every week doing a live. But was I really hiding still? Yeah, I was. And I think those sort of aha moments have come out for me. So one was definitely the anchoring in my goals. One was being able to go in and get advice quite clearly. That was, you know, good. And then I think bringing that structure, and it doesn't just look at one area of your business. Throughout the program, you're going through different areas in your business and you're applying those. And the big thing for me as well is community. And although I wasn't always actively engaged in there, because you still got your own business and everything, the fact I could go in and ask a question, or I could go read other people's posts. And for me, the calls were the best thing ever. I loved being on the calls with you. I loved doing it live together, and just hearing other people speak and their experiences, because entrepreneurship can be a bit lonely as well. And I think we need each other, we need to support each other. Yeah. And so I think you really get that in your group massively. It was a lovely community.
Yeah,
the space you create.
Yeah, I think that's an important part as well, for the very reasons that you've mentioned, that it is lonely, and usually at least one or two other people will be going through similar shifts that you are, and experiencing similar problems and stuff and challenges. So yeah, so it's great to have that female community to support you. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. And so why would you recommend the program if somebody was kind of thinking about it, or maybe not even considered the Akashic Records as a way to use, you know, to support their business and elevate the business? Why would you recommend it?
I think it's the mix of what it gives you. So I'm quite a practical person and quite a strategic person in a lot of ways, but then I'm also really woo and fluffy, and I think it mixes both of those. So that's why it really attracted me. And then in terms of Akashic Records, I think most people, and I did before, I just thought, oh, you go in and you just see your past lives, or you see what's holding you back or what's blocking you. And actually, they're a magical, powerful tool in your business. And if I can go in, you know, and like I say, I got a course downloaded, and I can go in and anchor other goals, and then see those goals, you know, come to life. And, you know, it helps you with ways you're holding yourself back in your business, and you apply it in that way. It's a really powerful tool. And, you know, I heard a fact ages ago that 80% of being an entrepreneur is mindset. And I think mindset is massively covered in here as well, in terms of the support you get, in terms of where you look at where you are, maybe holding yourself back, and then having that powerful tool within the Akashic Records that guides, supports you, you know, helps you overcome things, you get advice. It's just, yeah, it's power. It's really, really powerful. And it's I had my best year ever in business last year, and this course is definitely to do with that, because I think I've stopped. I've in a lot of ways, I've not bothered about, it's helped me in lots of subliminal ways. I think it's, the main thing is that I've just stopped bothering about what people think, or stopped holding myself back as much, and really gone for it. And we have mind monkeys that come in and just hold us back. And I think it's really helped me a lot with that, because I know that I've felt supported with this course, and the fact I can go in now and still use that, you know, and go back over the content. It's powerful. It's really powerful. So that's why I'd recommend. I think it's not a typical business course. You tend to get business, or you tend to get woo, you know, like spiritual stuff. You don't tend to get a mix of both. And the business courses tend to be quite really, really practical, and don't incorporate the spirituality. And I think that's what makes it magic.
Fabulous. Well, I think you've summed it up, and you know, it's beautiful to kind of get that understanding in terms of how you saw it, because that kind of was my intention of what I was creating, is something very practical, because you know, most people who know me, I'm very much about the doing and taking action, but we can't ignore our intuition. And obviously with the Akashic Records, you can't ignore any spiritual aspects, but it's such a beautiful empowerment tool, as you say, that you have this in your at your fingertips to get your own guidance, do your own healing, and do your own anchoring as well. So I'm pleased that that delivered, and that you saw results, which is amazing.
Yeah, I definitely saw results. And I think in not just practically, but spiritually and in myself, mentally.
Yeah.
And I think if you're thinking about it, honest, because I knew I had to do it and I knew I had to do it. But if you're thinking, oh, should I? I honestly say, would just go for it and just do it, because you will grow in your business. It will move you forward in your business. It can't not, because the tools are there practically, the structure's there, and then the spiritual support is just massive, not just from the Akashic Records, but from you as well. Like, you were really supportive, always there answering questions, and you create a lovely community with it, which is really important as well. So yeah, thank you.
No, you're very welcome, and just thank you again for allowing me to hold space for you. It was an absolute honour and pleasure to kind of support you with that last 4 months, and I'm delighted that you got what you needed and hopefully more from that program. And like you say, you've got that content now to kind of use over and over again, which I would definitely encourage anybody to reuse the content, because you're just going to go deeper each time. And that's one thing that I do guarantee, that if you follow the program, you will get at least one up level in your business if you go through.
I've definitely had that. And you'll see other people have their up levels, and if you're not there at that point, it inspires you. It makes, well, I can too, or we can all go through this together. And that's really powerful. Because sometimes we do think we're on our own, and we're not. It's very inspiring to be with others, all growing together. So for me, that aspect was really important to me as well.
No, that's perfect. So thank you, Sarah Joanne, for joining me today. And so I look forward to anybody that wants to ask me any questions. We start again on the 21st of March. That's when the doors close and we start the next round. So if you'd like to sign up, then please do get in touch. Have an early bird offer on until the 1st of March. So any questions, let me know. So thank you, Sarah Joanne, for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you. And just get in on the early bird, because that's what I did, and it's got worth it.
Early bird, and I've got payment options as well. There is a payment plan there as well. So I want to make this as affordable.
If you don't, it doesn't matter.
So thank you for joining me, and please reach out if you've got any questions. Speak to you soon. Bye.